In this video, I'll show you how to merge categories in Joomla and figure out if you have any duplicate content in the category you're merging into the other one. Hey there, Joomla fans. Tim Davis here. I'm a Joomla fan too, and thanks for tuning in to Maintenance Monday live stream number 97 here on the Basic Joomla Tutorials YouTube channel. 97, we're getting pretty close to that 100 and making some plans for it. So thanks for tuning in today. Let's get right over to the computer, and of course we'll end up going and doing some chat later on. Okay, now, a couple things I just want to highlight today before we get going. I'll do it very quickly. Part 2 of the interview with Ramesh from J2 Store is now live on the Anchor.fm Joomcast site. All the links I mentioned are going to be in the description, actually are already in the description for this video. Tonight at 7 p.m. Central Time, that's Greenwich Mean Time -5, I'm going to be talking about my Joomla.com, Phil Taylor's site, with the Dallas-Fort Worth Joomla user group. So the link is in the description below. I'll post these in a chat after the meat of the beginning here. If you want to check that out, you can watch live. All right, don't forget to swing by and check out, enter this month's giveaway. Don't forget J2 Store is now a prize. I haven't added it to the page yet, but go ahead, enter, and you'll be included for it. And that brings us to the topic at hand. Now, this can happen a number of ways. I've done this myself. I have actually ended up duplicating content because I've done this is how I did it, and I think is most common happens. If you're exporting Joomla articles from one Joomla site to another, or importing from another Joomla site, you pick the wrong category or something goes wrong in the process, you can end up with duplicate articles in different categories, and it can be a real schlemazel, which is why some of my ID numbers are so high on some of my sites. And so, of course, when you go to merge them, it's like, oh, you can't just move one article from a category to another. If the title already exists in the other one, it can be a real mess. That's what we're going to look at, how to sort out today. And Laura was asking about this on the forum yesterday, and I thought, I tried a couple things. One thing didn't work, but this, I think, is a good way. And if you know of a better way to do this, then by all means, leave a comment in the comment section. Or if you're watching live, put it in chat. There probably is a better way. There's probably a more elegant way. But here's a brute force way with just the tools that you have. All right, so the first thing that we want to do, now I'm in the back end of a Joomla install here for this template. Go to content, and let's take a look at this. What I have done here, and let me just get ready here to blow up this screen here so that we can see things better. Whoops, this screen here I want. All right, so I have created I have two categories in this site. One is the receiving category, besides uncategorized. One is the receiving category and one is the donor. And the articles that I have on this site are as such. We have a goats article, just one goats article that's in the donor category. And then we also have, switching here, we also have 2 articles for cats, and we also have 2 articles for dogs. Now there's an article for named cats in the donor category and in the receiving category, and same with dogs in the donor and dogs in the receiving. And so what I want to do is merge this category here, donor, all right, into the receiving category, and the articles that are in the donor category, I want to get them into the receiving category. Now, I did try using the batch feature, which moves articles. So, for instance, you would click all your articles in donor, and then you would go up here and use batch, and you would select where you want them to go, and try and go move. But that did not work because there were duplicates, which I expected. I thought maybe the one that wasn't a duplicate, the goats one, would continue to go. So what happened, but that didn't work. So here's some steps, and I've got them lined out here for me to go through just to keep them nice and succinct. Select the articles from the category that you want to move, that you want to merge, all right? So in this case, I've already done that, donor. Now don't forget, you could always filter and by category and just view the ones that are in the donor category. but we're going to leave it open just for now without that filter. So select the ones that are donor. So there's one, and there's one. Now next, you want to batch copy, not batch move. Batch copy. And to do that, we go up to the batch. Let me just make sure you can see this on the screen with it blowing up. Yes. Go up to batch, and then select that you want to move the, so batch process to selected articles. Where do we want to put them? We want to put them in the receiving folder. And we're not moving, we're going to copy. That's all we're going to do. We're just going to leave it like that. All right. Okay, and hello Valerie and Mary and Laura. Okay, so now that we have this ready to process, we're going to copy those into the receiving folder. And as we do that, the originals will be left in the folder that we are trying to merge and get rid of. But you'll see what happens is new instances are created. We end up with dogs, bracket 2, cats, bracket 2, and goats. But notice they're all in the receiving folder, and they're unpublished. Now the nice thing about this is that anything in the donor category that did not already exist in the receiving category just gets its name. But anything that was a duplicate gets a 2 in the title. And that's good because we're soon going to be able to filter and see all the ones that were duplicates. Now, having said this, make sure you back up your site before you do this. Because if something goes awry or something happens or misclicks or something we're anticipating happens, then you can at least reverse it. The other thing too is that the duplicates here are only going to work in this way if the titles are duplicates. All right. So if you have duplicate content and one was doggy, it was called dogs, and the other one was doggies, somehow you ended up duplicating or changing, then this method is, you're not going to be able to rule it out. But if you have identical titles, then that will work. So now the next thing that you want to do is filter for titles that have 2 and a bracket. All right. So up here we'll go, left bracket, 2, right bracket. We'll filter. And now we know that those are all the duplicates that exist inside of the receiving category. And now you have a decision to make. Do you want to delete these, or do you want to just leave them unpublished just in case you find out that you actually had different content in 2 articles, perhaps named dogs? That is that's an option that you have. But you'll see that only these 2 were duplicated. If we clear that filter, we have goats in there, and so we can easily publish goats and know, okay, now goats is in there. Now here's the problem though. If you had your duplicates on your site, perhaps you already have a URL in a search engine, or that's being picked up, or that's out there directing to the duplicate goats article. So for instance, if we go into goats in the donor folder, then and preview, I just realized this is not going to work because I already have a redirect. This is what the URL would look like, 13, and that would be donor, okay? So up at the top here, let me just check on my screen here that you can see this. Up at the top, the URL for the goats page is /13-donor/14-goats. I have SEF URL, search engine friendly URLs, turned on this site. And basically, what's happening here is that this is how it's working just in the core SEF in Joomla. And I didn't really set it up to make prettier URLs. My point is this. This goats article, which you just moved, has an existing URL out there. And if you delete it or unpublish it, that URL is going to become broken. And so what you want to do is this. You want to go into your htaccess and you want to publish a rewrite. You want to publish a rewrite URL or put a rewrite rule inside of your htaccess file. Now, wouldn't you know that that's the one thing that I did not copy over, but I have that in the description of your video. And basically what you're going to say is rewrite anything that goes to that has the donor category in the URL and change the donor category to the receiving URL. So you have this choice. Let's close this now. And how that works, I already have set up. Notice this is 13 donor. If I go enter, it reroutes to 12 receiving, and it's still the GOATS article, which is very empty, as you can see. So you have this choice back here of either deleting or just leaving unpublished these copied articles because they, there might be something in them that you want. In the meantime, you can now go to the donor category. Let's search for that. All right. And now you can select all of these because you've moved them, and you will unpublish them if you want. This is another option for you to store the old ones. There's no need to because they've already been duplicated in the receiving folder. So you can unpublish them, or you could just delete them. And again, that's why you want to do the rewrite rule in your htaccess file, so that when you delete these, if you're breaking any URLs on your site, they get redirected and you save that traffic. And in fact, you should use a rewrite rule that says a 301 code on it. I think I have a tutorial on that on the channel, so that you're telling search engines, hey, this page has moved. Anyway, so we can delete these articles, which we'll do right now. And let's go to the category. We no longer need this donor category because we have no articles in it, and we're rewriting any traffic that goes to it. So we will trash that, which leaves us back here in our article manager as we clear this with just 4 articles that are published and the 2 that maybe you're saving. And if you're sure these are duplicates, we can just go ahead and trash that. And there you go. You have our welcome page. We have a GOATS page, which did come over without duplicates. And we have the original cats page, which is great because that's what we wanted. So that's sort of a method that I think that you can use in order to, and I'm just looking for my chat window here, in order to remove in order to merge a category into another category, and also in doing so, in the process, move articles from that category into the other one and find duplicates. And also, now Laura, we talked about this in the past. Laura really super likes, man, you should see the huge deer that just ran into my front yard here. Laura really likes to have all of her ID numbers all in a row. So if you wanted to, once all of your articles were merged and you had just one of everything, you could always export them to another site. But anyways, that I think is just a logical way for us to be able to find out how where duplicates are when we're merging and stuff like that happens. So I hope that was helpful for you. We'll continue on chatting, but if you've reached this point and that's all you came here for, thanks for watching. Thanks for your support of this channel. 1,399 subscribers right now. It was up to 1,400 last night, but someone unsubscribed, and I don't know where they live, so I can't do anything to them. Anyways, thank you for your support of this channel. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Ring the bell for notifications, and make sure that you set your devices to receive notifications, and you'll hear new things happening here on the channel. So for those of you who are leaving right now, enjoy your Joomla sites, and God bless. And for those of you who are staying, thanks for sticking around. Hey, you know what? Did we solve the question of why the chat replay was not showing on replays of the live streams? And actually, when I say we solved it, it was Valerie that solved it. She saved me a ton of time and went and looked. And if you edit a video, then the chat replay does not work. And what I do with all of my videos and have been doing is cutting off the countdown time at the beginning of the video so that it just starts for people. And by doing that, I've been losing all of the chat record for playback. So it's good that I have it on here. Anyways, honey, there's a big deer in the front yard, so be careful. My wife is just heading out, and so I just wanted to make sure she didn't surprise the deer. Anyways, and actually, on an unrelated note, we live, I don't know, probably about a 20-minute drive from a federal penitentiary, and we had two inmates escape, and so we actually are along one of very few roads that they would use to get out of that rural area. So I'm also keeping my eye for people walking down the street today. Anyway, so Valerie looked that up for me and sent me the information, which was great because it was way down on my figure it out list in my cluttered mind. So that was really great. Laura, you are welcome. Let me just catch up on chat here. Valerie, your connection dropped for 2 minutes. So yes, you're back. That's good, Laura. Laura says that's a nice way to do it, to merge the stuff better than what she's been doing. You've realized exporting them won't work for the IDs. They keep the same numbers. Okay, yes. So you're just going to have to get over it. Your obsessive compulsive heart just has to get over it. Yes. I wonder, there might be a way to do it, but I think you're right. It's just something you just have to deal with. So you are welcome, Laura. Thank you for your comment and for interacting with the video, because comments are great. They not only help the channel, but that's where I get some great ideas for topics, and that's why I did that today. So when I read that last night, all right. Well, let's see. Let's go back to Tiny Tim in the corner. Anybody notice anything new today, by the way? Okay, that was your chance. Are you sure? Okay, so, all right. Valerie asked, does anyone know if there's a Joomla extension that determines if two seemingly duplicate articles have indeed duplicate content? I did do a search for that, Valerie, and Laura said she couldn't find anything that was free. What was there something that you could pay for, Laura? That I didn't even find anything that was for pay. I know that a talented programmer or someone actually who is skilled perhaps with regular expressions could set up a query that would look at that would do a process comparing content and trying to match. There's probably something like that. That is above my. That is beyond my pay grade, and so. Oh, you didn't try any for sure. Probably some for pay. Yeah. So we could let's take a quick look here. What would we Google? Let's Google find duplicate articles in Joomla. In order to copy, so see, the problem with this search is a lot comes up the word duplicate. See, duplicate page is duplicated page. Yeah, I think, a site search would work, Laura. The only thing is that's so manual, right? Because you're going to get manual results. There's got to be a search that says, look, compare this to this and see if it's the same. And if it's equal, I suppose, because if it's, you could go with a percentage of sameness, but then that's where you kind of get into the situation. Let's see. Okay, how does Google find duplicate pages? That's not it. Do's and don'ts when solving duplicate content in Joomla. Hey, here's an article from Joomla Shine from 2018. Search. Okay, Chuck, you have Wrench. Do you have the link for that? You want to post that? Let's see that. I'll search here too while you're maybe getting that, but let's see. Search SEARCHH. Oh, search Joomla extensions. Okay, I see. Yeah. Sorry, I thought when I saw you typed SEARCXH, I thought that was an actual existing extension. Yeah, don't. Here's fixed duplicate content in Joomla with canonical URLs. I don't think that that's quite the issue. Now, canonical URLs. Here's something. So, canonical URL is basically. I'm going to try to explain this just as I best understand it. Let's say you have the article dogs, and it's in the category pets. And so when you click on the article dogs, the URL is domain.com/dogs. And then you create a menu item, and it brings up the page. You create a menu item to open that dogs page, but the URL is now domain.com/pets/dogs, depending on how it's set up. That is one way that you can end up with duplicate content. You have one article, but it looks like the content exists in two places on your page, and you can be penalized for that by Google because they think you're trying to trick the algorithm into sending you visitors who want to see your dogs page. And so what happens is a canonical URL tag, if you add it to your content, you basically say, regardless of whatever link or whatever URL people come to find and come to that page, in it says, hey, whatever address you saw to get here, this is the true home URL of it. And so what Google says is, without that, Google will maybe find three different URLs on your site that one for a blog view, one for a list view, one for something, who knows, different kinds. And they would say, hey, look, you've got all this content, it's all the same. Oh, wait, I see, all this content lives at one place. And so that's different than the duplicate content that we're talking about now, because what you could put a canonical URL, as we saw in with Hotameta, John Mulholt's extension. You could put a canonical URL in these articles manually, and if you have a couple, that's not a problem. But the issue is they're still there in your list, right? So that's a different. Today we're talking about the actual. There's two physical. There's two actual occurrences of the content. We're not talking about just the appearance of it. Laura says, just going by the URL doesn't help when it changes the alias automatically. Yeah, just going by the URL doesn't help when it changes the alias automatically. Yeah, if you, I'm not sure, not quite sure what you mean by changes the alias automatically. You mean when you create those extra links? I do. Anyways, so, but again, this duplicate content that they're talking about that is fixed by canonical URLs is actually fixed by, is a way of one page that's seen as existing many places. Oh, just as you do when it adds to and etc. Yes, exactly. Yeah, well, okay, I see what you mean. Yes, Laura. Yes, because here when we added, now we have to look at the, now we have to go and view select status trashed. So yes, what you're talking about is here. Yes, so when it made dogs 2, it created a dogs 2, and that would not work. But you could actually, if this were a live article, you could actually set a canonical URL using Hotameta. And say, hey, dogs-2 this is really where this lives, and that would work. But again, who would ever organize their site that way? So, all right, so let's see here. Let's see Joomla Shine here. What's duplicate content generally refers to substantive blocks of content within or across domains that either completely matches other content or are appreciably similar. And they're showing different. Sometimes you'll see 2 or more different URLs direct the same article. So they're talking about that duplicate. Here's why does duplicate content in Joomla happen. So it's not the issue we're looking at today. Finding it, some tools. All right. Yeah, so this duplicate again here is not like there's two actual versions. 301 redirects. That's, yeah, you can fix URLs, but again, that's you know, I use sh404 SCF on my sites, and they manage all of these. In fact, so if I were to show you, let's go to basicjoomla.com/administrator. I don't know. Hey, Rick. Rick left a really nice comment on the YouTube channel on making landing pages, so that was really nice. And Laura, I already mentioned this, but she left a really nice recommendation on the Basic Joomla Tutorials Facebook page today. That was really nice. So thank you everybody for that. Let's take a look here. sh404 SCF, and these are the SCF URLs for my basic Joomla site. So let's see, I'll filter by duplicates over here, sort by there. So look at this. This URL, hey there Joomla fans, has 6 duplicates in the system. And when we click on that to look at them, you'll see they're actually just, changed screen. Okay, we're in sh404 SCF. I forgot to do my little trophy thing with the screen. sh404 SCF, SCF URLs here on the left. I sorted this column here, and you'll see here that hey there Joomla fans, clicking on here, has 6 duplicates. And we will look at what the duplicates are. They really are a history of different views. So right now, com content, item ID 101, category ID equals 2, ID equals 2, language, blah, 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 blah. These are all different URLs. And with different codes and different views and different ways that maybe in the past, or maybe I've changed the menu item. Anyways, potentially a search engine could have all of those links pointing to the same content and say, oh, this is all duplicate content. And so what basically you pick which one is the main view. So for instance, here's a short URL. I'm going to remember this, KK. I don't know if this is one that will change, but if this was a different view that I want, perhaps I wanted it to be a blog view or a list view that it was set up, or some other view, I could actually change what the default view is for this URL, which is hey there Joomla fans. So sh404 SCF handles this super nice. And in fact, I even have an alias set up here. And that means, let's see, if I click on the 1, I actually have it so that, oh, here's something. 2-uncategorized /2- hey there Joomla fans. I actually had search engine friendly URLs messed up on this site at some point. And this actually got picked up, and so I created an alias for hey there Joomla fans from this URL as well to always change it. So sh404 SCF is a great tool. We've seen how you can do that with redirect in the core in Joomla, but I super like the way that it handles it. And of course, and I'll just show you again for those that maybe haven't seen it. 404 requests. This is what I really like. Because I can look at what the largest number of missed hits are. It's probably going to be favicon. Yeah, favicon. But I can look down here and see, oh, welcome. So for instance, somehow the URL welcome does not work on my site. So I can redirect. Let's move up here. I can redirect to where I want it to go. And I can search. And it's not anywhere for me to search. So I don't have welcome in there, but I can just create a redirect to any page or any area that I want. And the reality is I probably would want to send it to hey there Joomla fans. So I'll check that and do the redirect. And now check this out. If I go to open up the front page of the site and go /welcome and go enter, it goes to Hey There Joomla Fans. And now the 82404 errors that I had will not become 85 because I've redirected that. And of course you can do that in the core. So Rick asked where Vinny is. He misses Vinny. I think Vinny is probably still enjoying his moving experience. And I would imagine, I mean, I can't speak for Vinny, but I bet she's behind on work too with moving. Yeah, so SH404 SDF, super duper like it. And as you can see, I have a few other things that I need to be fixing up here. What else have we got here? You know, giveaways follow. For some reason, I've been, there's 59 404s. Now, the last one was in May. We can see down here, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. Nice thing in here, too, is that I can look for misses in the last hour. None. 404 errors in the last day. Oh, here's some here. And ads.tech. So, I'm going to look up and see what that is. I think I'm going to do a topic on that. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so, so just back to wrap it up on duplicate content. They're really talking here about those messed up URLs that point to the same place. And SH404 SDF is my fave for dealing with that. And that's why it's super hard to find a solution to duplicated. Oh, here's one. Duplicate repeated content module in same article. No, I don't think that's it either. No, that's not it. So duplicate content solved. No, that's the same thing there. How to duplicate a page with its content? No. Troubleshooting URLs? No. So, manage Joomla created duplicates? No. That's no. So, anyways, who knows? Maybe my video will be the only thing. Valerie says, I've been researching my meaning of duplicate, and all Google hits you've reviewed are talking about duplicate URLs. Yeah, so there really isn't anything. So I should, what the heck did I name this video? Let's see. It is named How to Merge Categories and Find Duplicate Articles in Joomla. Hopefully, maybe that'll make its way up there. In fact, let's find duplicate articles in Joomla. Let's go to videos. Maybe this, sometimes the live stream shows up. Nope, not yet. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe people will find it. It's here on the channel. All right, so let's take a look. Laura, I hope they put more of the features like that into Joomla 4 when it comes out. You miss WordPress when it comes to finding plugins and doing things, but you're learning. All right. Yes. Yeah, it's a learning curve. I think. Yeah, you're getting there, and I can tell, Laura, from some of your comments and interactions that you're the stuff that you're asking about is different than a lot of the basic things too in Joomla. So we are all getting there. Did you see the one called SiteLiner online? That might do it. Checks for broken links too. Oh, is that an external one? Let's see here. Do you want to, if you find the link, Laura, there is a wrench. Congratulations, congratulations to Laura, who gets a moderator wrench so she can post links. And while I'm handing out wrenches, Valerie is extremely helpful too. So Valerie, there's a wrench for you too. Like I said, it's the Oprah show. You get a wrench, you get a wrench, you get a wrench. Everybody gets a wrench. Just behave yourselves. You're all good. I wouldn't give a wrench out to anyone being bad. All right, let's see. SiteLiner. Make sure that I've got this going here. All right, SiteLiner. Let's go https www.basicjoomla.com. Do I have any duplicate content? Who needs a car when you can get a wrench? Who needs a mechanic when you can get a wrench? That's scanning my pages. Normal pages, 1. Not scanned, 4. 3 pages scanned. Oh, now they found 22. Laura wants a flying car. I think we're ways off. You should check out my friend Rick's channel there, Smart Drive Test, and some of his comments on who needs a car when you can get a wrench. Is that it? Oh, I missed that. Valerie. Is that an Oprah reference? Look at that. It says duplicate content 10%. Huh. Let's see what it thinks that is. I wonder if it's some of my tag pages. That might be something interesting to look at. Oh, the car part. You get a car and you get a car. Yes. I thought I was referencing Oprah. Did I miss you saying that first? Do. Rick's friend, and Rick, I'm glad that you can describe them as a friend, traded in her Tesla. Busted behind Tesla. That's a BBT. Yeah, so they don't allow gifts to be shared in chat here yet. So Chuck is up to 44%. I'm interested to see what they think it is. Oh, it's finding more pages here. So I'm going to right click. Oh, you can't see this. Down behind me, there's a link that says right click here to see your duplicate. Click here to see your duplicate content. I'm going to right click and open it in a new tab. What is duplicate? Oh, yeah. See, it's the tags here. And I wonder. Oh, and they're doing a percentage. Wow, this is a really great tool, Laura. Thank you for finding that. How do you have to check these things out? All right, so tag 4. Let's click on that and it'll open it. I need to fix up the tags. I have one side. There should be more text here in the tag, like in the URL up here for search engine friendly. Yes. Chuck says, like this tool. Wow, more work. Yeah. All right, so let's see. That was tag 4. But what is it? What is it comparing it to? 31 pages. Oh, okay. All right. So here, in that report, let's see that we did that. In this report here that comes up on where the duplicate content is, you can view the page it's referring to by clicking this link on the left, or you can just click on the line, and then it opens up what it sees matching. Okay. So, internal duplicate found for, let's just close this here. 33 matches found covering 696 of 740 words. 94% of the page. Okay. So what we have here, as I look at this is a tag page. I've tagged these Joomla tutorials. And this is Joomla tutorial. Oh, this is just Joomla tutorials tag, perhaps. And I have all of these here. And it's finding a match compared to other. Oh, it's showing matching words shown. That's the red, compared to other sources. Well, of course, these are other sources. This appears on other pages, but that's because this is showing sort of like a blog view, only it's tags of stuff on my site. So here's Joomla Maintenance Monday, 270 matching words, none shown. If I click there, it shows me the stats for that. All right, so it's just taking a look at the words that are here and comparing it. All right. This is going to take a little while to learn this tool. Yeah, so let's just let me catch up here. Get back up. Okay, Laura says, "I'm good at finding things online." Oh, you're good. Yeah, you worked for the Open Directory project from the start. Cool. John says you maybe missed it. What qualifies as duplicate content? Does two articles have to be 100% identical, or just with a minor word change? That's a good question, John, because as we just check out this tool, obviously they're doing a percentage of matches. And let's see, is my scan done over here? It sees duplicate, 26% of my site is duplicate content. So let's go and open that fresh site. I believe, though, that in Google Search Console, let's see, let's search here. Google Search Console duplicate content. Let's see what they say here. And so you guys can read on your own screen. Let me just paste that link there. Duplicate content generally refers to substantive blocks of content within or across domains that either completely match other content or are appreciably similar. Mostly this is not deceptive in origin. Examples of non-malicious duplicate content could include discussion forums that can generate both regular and stripped-down pages targeted at mobile devices, store items shown or linked via multiple distinct URLs, printer-only versions of web pages. If your site contains multiple pages with largely identical content, there are a number of ways you can indicate your preferred URL to Google. This is called canonicalization. All right, so that's good to know. As long as you have a canonical URL, you're going to be protected because in many instances, because even if stuff is, or if they're the same pages, yeah, we already talked about that. What is actually identical will have just one home if it's just one article and different links. However, in some cases, content is deliberately duplicated across domains in an attempt to manipulate search engine rankings or win more traffic. Deceptive practices like this can result in poor user experience when a visitor sees substantially the same content repeated within a set of search results. Google tries hard to index and show pages with distinct information. This filtering means, for instance, that if your site has a regular and printer version of each article, and neither of these is blocked with a no index meta tag, we'll choose one of them to list. In the rare case in which Google perceives that duplicate content may be shown with intent to manipulate our rankings and deceive our users, we'll also make appropriate adjustments in the indexing and ranking of the sites involved. As a result, the ranking of the site may suffer, or the site might be removed entirely from the Google index, in which case it will no longer appear. All right, so there's a lot of information here. So this isn't, you guys don't want me to read all this for you. But I just wonder, wondering if in Search Console there's a place where they warn you about that they found duplicate content. Search Google's duplicate content warning. Google will now alert you today. Today Google Webmaster Tools has launched a new message alert to let site owners know when a particular URL doesn't appear because Google sees it as duplicate. Okay, there's what we want to see. And that's from 2011, so hopefully they're still doing that. Google Webmaster Tools launched new message alert. All right, so that means, now I want to, let's go to chat here. They'll bring up that screen there, and of course it's not refreshing, so pop that there just so it comes on. I'm going to go to my Search Console here. Google Search Console here on my site here, and fire this up. And I just want to make sure that we get information that's just looking at. Let's go to basicjoomla.com. All right. I don't think I can give away anything here. Let's see. Put Tiny Tim in the corner. All right. Notice you can't see this behind my picture, but my site has been switched to. I'll just hide this for a second. My site has been switched to mobile first indexing. Majority of Google's crawl requests to your site will be made using a mobile crawler. That's since August 22nd, 2018. Got it. Yeah, if you don't have your sites in Search Console, go get them added in there and get some good information. Now, basically Google's saying that they always look with a mobile perspective when they spider my site, this particular site. Then we got here performance, URL inspection, performance. I wonder if I even have, do I have the code on this since I changed the, no, coverage. Yeah, it looks like, I have coverage. This is, there we go, coverage. That's pages that were intentionally not indexed. Why does that matter? These pages won't appear in Google, but that was probably intentional. What do I do? Click into a row to see the table details. All right, so page redirects. Yeah, this is I'm going to have to look into this. These are URLs that they have that still see numbers in them. I don't know how that picked it up, but guess what? I wondered. I don't even have a sitemap registered. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, I'm not going to do that now. I wonder then. Let me just switch screens here again while we go to the. Let's see. Here we go. I'm going to go into my analytics here and see if I'm actually tracking traffic to basic Joomla. Basic Joomla tutorials. Okay. Oh, yeah, I have it on there. It shows right now 2 page views 9 and 8 minutes ago. So that means if I go to Search Console, let's see what is not appearing in my performance. It does not seem to be performing very well. I'm gonna have to look into this because I think I get traffic from searches. Maybe I don't. All right. Anyway, so where were we at here? Oh, I was looking at Search Console to see if there's any warnings about duplicate content. Let's do this. Let's go to my CyberSalt page here. cybersalt.org. All right, have some action there. And I don't see any warnings anywhere about duplicate content. So I guess the best thing to do would be to make sure your site is in Search Console and see if Google says that there's any duplicate content. Look at that, 224 pages with URLs. The submitted URL has a crawl issue. Something happened in April. Lots of information. Yes, and my sitemaps. Get some sitemaps in there. I do have sitemaps. I wonder what the problem is with this site. Let's just see here. I might be able to actually see it. There's a pretty boring site. Oh my goodness, that's a terrible site. Terrible page. A little problem with these sources. But again, I hardly ever do anything to this site now. And these are slowly getting updated, but that's a super small pun. A lot of the puns on this site are affected pages. Let's try one here. Oh, and these are tag pages too. Oh yeah, that's kind of, the default view for tags in this site obviously is to just list a single article and not content. That's not ideal. Well, At least it's my site I'm neglecting. I like what Laura said in one of her comments watching a video, was that I guess in response to a comment of neglecting my own site to work on other sites, she said she doesn't work on other people's sites, she just neglects her own all by itself. Yes, site maps. Now I do have site maps here set up for this one, and it was most recently, they've all been read, one on the 4th and on the 7th. And there's URLs discovered, so I've got that site set up well, but I need to work away on the basic Joomla one. I just added a link to the basicjoomla.com site to the video today in the description. So, so John, to get back to your question, what exactly is duplicate content? I guess I would really go with what they've got here on this Google support page that I posted a link to before. Use top-level domains, syndicate carefully. Use Search Console to tell how you want your site to be indexed. That's really important. So you tell them that you want it to be either the www or the without www. Here's a good one. Instead of including lengthy copyright text on the bottom of every page, include a very brief summary and then link to a page with more details. Okay, that's a good tip. So to avoid the appearance of duplicate URLs, use links to point to content instead of having the same thing at the bottom of every page or in every page. That's the same. That's good advice. Users don't like seeing, avoid publishing stubs. Users don't like seeing empty pages, so avoid placeholders where possible. For example, don't publish pages for which you don't yet have real content. If you do create placeholder pages, use the no index meta tag. It'd be interesting. I want to look into it more, but there's something that Google has just changed about the robots.txt. So that's going to be something interesting that's coming out. They made it open source and they're not going to follow it anymore or something. Understand your content management system. That's a lot of what we've been talking about. Blogs, forums, and related systems often show the same content in multiple formats. For example, a blog entry may appear on the home page of a blog, in an archive page, and in a page of other entries with the same label. So probably one of the key things to watch out for is there probably is a percentage threshold. So obviously 100% match would be a duplicate. Is it 96%? Would that be a duplicate? Google might not actually even give that information out because they don't want people trying to trick them. But certainly we could, certainly something to aim for would be to make sure that in your content that it's not just that it's very different. So for instance, page views. So if at the bottom of the page you can move on to a second page of articles and there's 5, the introduction of those articles is going to make that page very different than what's on page 1 or on page 3 of those results. So that's one way you would avoid duplicate content. So register with Google Search. If anybody does that, or you have an example of Google alerting to duplicate content, take a screenshot and shoot it to me so we can share it with each other, and even talk about that at a later time. But yeah, John, so I'm going to guess. Let's see what Google Search Console duplicate warning, duplicate content. Google duplicate content. What percentage? Let's see here. The myth of duplicate content penalties. Searchland. Let's see what these folks say. 2016. Many people, and here I'll post this link in there as well in the chat. There are many myths around duplicate content that people actually think it causes a penalty. Blah, 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 blah. Google tried to kill off the myths around duplicate content years ago in a blog in 2008. Susan Mosca said in the Google Webmaster blog, there's no such thing as duplicate content. What is duplicate content? According to duplicate content generally refers to substantive blocks of content. Yeah, they're just quoting from their page there. People mistake duplicate content for a penalty because of how Google handles it. Okay. Really, the duplicates are just being filtered in the search results. You can see this for yourself by adding ampersand filter equals 0 to the end of the URL and removing the filtering in a search. Okay, let's do this here. So if we go to Google, move this tab over to the right here. Oh, darn. Forgot to change the screen there. Okay, so what they're saying is if we go to Google and I search basic Joomla, search basic Joomla tutorial, and if I go to the end of the URL and paste ampersand filter equals 0, will that change things here? Perhaps not. It's hard to see here. That's keywords, close that there. Basic Joomla tutorials is really hard to see. Let's see what else they're saying here. What are Google's thoughts on duplicate content? Duplicate content doesn't cause your site to be penalized. Googlers know that users want diversity in the search results and not the same article over and over, so they choose to consolidate and show only one version. Google actually designed algorithms to prevent duplicate content from affecting webmasters. These algorithms group the various versions into a cluster. The best URL in the cluster is displayed. Duplicate content is not grounds for action unless its intent is to manipulate search results. Okay. But the worst thing that can happen from this filtering is that a less desirable version of the page will be shown in search results. Google tries to determine the original source of the content and display that one. If someone is duplicating your content without permission, you can request to have it removed. Do not block access to duplicate content. If they can't crawl all the versions, they can't consolidate the signals. Oh, that's an interesting point. Don't block the duplicate content because then they can't figure out what's the best link. All right. Cause of duplicate content: HTTP and HTTPS. Yes, that's why you want to go in Search Console and say which version you want to be spidered, and it'll ignore the others. Same with www and non-www. Parameters and faceted navigation. That's when you end up with different parameters like we see in non-SEF URLs in Joomla. Session IDs, yeah. Trailing slashes, okay. So a URL, a site might have, it might be dogs, it might be pets/dogs, and then the other URL is pets/dogs/. That can look like a duplicate content. Canonical URL will take care of that. Dev and hosting environments, yeah. I just found out the other day that I duplicated a site in order to work on it, and I put it on a different domain, and somehow that got picked up. So, and even though I told it not to, so I probably should have locked it up and put it behind a login. Pagination, yeah, okay. Scrapers, country language versions, okay. Do nothing and hope Google gets it. Solutions. Do nothing, hope Google gets it right. Canonical tags, important. 301 redirects. So when you do a redirect, make sure that it is that you say it's 301 and that tells them to change it. Tell Google how to handle URL parameters. Setting these up tells Google what the parameters are actually doing instead of letting them try to figure it out. So that's a case where, so for instance, if it sees a parameter in the URL which is, I don't know, what would it be? View, question mark, view equals blog. And there's another version which is view equals table. You can say if it says view equals blog, just ignore that. That's just a parameter. That's not part of the URL. And previous and rel equals next, used for pagination. So that's what we've got in Joomla. I think what they're talking about is, let's go entertainment cart, clean jokes without glasses. I think what they're talking about is this here. Next. This next button that's right there, and I click next. Boy, I got. This looks odd because I have something that highlights these ads. It's a browser plugin, and I think it's I forget what it does. Here's previous and next. Again, Canonical URLs is going to be your friend on a lot of this stuff here. There's some things that could actually cause problems, such as scraping / spam, but for the most part, problems would be caused by the websites themselves. Don't disallow in robots.txt. Don't nofollow. Don't noindex. Don't canonical from pages targeting longer tail to overview type B. I don't know what he's talking about there. All right, too much reading. Man, you would think that for a video, there'd be more things to see. It says some guy just reading stuff. Okay, so probably a good way to avoid duplicate content also is, I think, is to just not try to duplicate content. So if you're not trying to trick the algorithm, you're not going to end up with content that's very similar. And it sounds like, just gleaning from this, that even if you have content that's very similar, Google is just looking for the best one to put out there. So in that case, it's maybe not that big an issue. And again, we've really strayed into duplicate being the different duplicate, other than we actually had extra categories and articles that we wanted to merge and move over. So, all right, well, let's scroll back up here. Siteliner.com, that is a great link. I'm going to copy that link address and put it in the video description. I'm also going to change in the video description the URL, the redirect, so that there's actually a 301 code at the end of it. So if you went and grabbed that already, that's something to... okay, YouTube... Siteliner. Let's see here. I have no idea what I've got showing on the site here. All right, here we go. I just want to copy that and paste that for later. Control copy. Control N. All right, what view have I got open here? Me just typing away here. All right, so let's go back here. Skipped redirects. Okay. Common content 10%. Unique content 64%. See how your site compares with other sites scanned by Siteliner. Average page size 37 kilobytes. The median for all other sites is 64. The average page size of your site is larger than 24% of all other sites. The average is 20%. So I'm in the bottom half. Page load time. Average page loads 5.8 seconds. Median for other sites 783. Oh yeah, it's a slow site. Huh. Alrighty. Number of words per page 512. The average is 663. Text to HTML ratio. Text to HTML ratio is 6%. The median for all other sites is 6%. So I'm right on there. Duplicate content is 26%. Median for other sites is 18. 70 more. Common content 10. So my common content is lower. Internal links per page 9. The median is 25. External 4. The other's 5. Total links per page 13. The median is 34. Inbound links per page. The inbound links per page for your site is 9. The median is 20. Interesting things. More things to do, as Chuck said. Yes, sirree. Okay, cool. All right. Other things up here. Broken links, none. Skipped pages. Who did they skip? Why did they skip reason? Oh, there's an HTTP header redirect. I bet you I probably have that redirecting to a changed URL there. And support / contact Joomdev. And that's there's a redirect. That's interesting. Redirect. I must have a link in there somewhere. Very cool. All right. Well, everybody's very quiet. I'm sure you're all looking at stuff on your site, which is great. In the meantime, let's check out Rick's landing page at smartdrivetest.com. Look at that. Wazinga. Don't work the day for free. Wayscale checklist. Did you know? There you go. There's just your content and your form. You're not a robot. And click to get the checklist. We'll have to get you hooked up with invisible reCAPTCHA there, Rick, and that will be even one less thing for people to click on. But there is a stripped down template page to direct people to, and they can just submit things. Nice job. All right. Okay. I have practiced my lab here. Put my trophy down in front there. Go to the chat on the right. Something we haven't been to in a while is the Facebook Joomla extensions group. We can keep talking about canonical URLs too. Or, sorry, about duplicate content. Looks like it's pretty hard to really get penalized for it. Although, and I guess if you're using all the content from your site, Google's trying to find the best version of it. So that's pretty good too. Rick says you want them to focus on one thing, giving you their email address. Yeah. You want them, the landing page, to focus on one thing, getting their email address. That's right. So that you can contact them afterwards. Alrighty, what do we got here? New extension arrived, contact info. You've seen that before. Hey, I was just watching this live on the on Facebook while I was just getting ready to go live myself. Congratulations to Joomdev. They have launched their page builder. Oh, that's something else I was going to tell you guys. Anyways, Joomdev has launched their page builder, and I'm excited to try it out and do different things with it and see what happens. See how it is. Super excited to use it. Wednesday, Watch Me Work live stream is going to be happening at midnight Pacific Standard Time. So like at 12 a.m. on Wednesday, Watch Me Work live stream will be happening because we're going to be interviewing Burgess Yannick, and he's going to be showing us the admin module in Flexi content. I think Mary might be able to word it better because I still haven't done the thumbnail and really finished on it. But what I have here, what I wrote down here, admin module for Joomla Flexi content. All right. And so he is in France, and I think it's going to be like 9 o'clock in the morning. He's going to show up at work, and I am going to stay up, and that's going to be Watch Me Work on Wednesday. So if you tune in at the regular bat time, UTC 1800, you will be missing it by 11 hours. But the recording will already be on. But if you want to watch it live and you want to stay up, which of course is 3 o'clock in Eastern Standard Time for Laura and Valerie and Vinny and Chuck's Eastern Standard Time as well. John, that's going to be a morning appointment for John Moholt, so that could be good. In fact, yeah, I think they're +2, so I think that's 7 a.m. I forget if John, you're not Greenwich Mean Time, John. You must be. I'm going to guess that you are +1 Greenwich Mean Time, if I remember right. Anyways, that's going to be Watch Me Work live stream. I'm excited about it because it's been a while since we had a guest on Watch Me Work live stream. Lots of people very, very busy and doing lots of things. Just for you to get to the links conveniently too later on, let me unsuspend Joomcast tab here. All right, and get back to here. Control V. Oh, okay. Sorry. Yes. Thank you for that clarification, Mary. It's unrelated to FlexiContent. It's a cool module for your admin panel. All right. Cool. I think. Yeah. Okay. It's a cool module for your admin panel. Excellent. All right. But he does work with FlexiContent. Okay, I got you. Oh, John, you're +2, so that's 9 in the morning for you as well. All right. I'm woefully ignorant of time zones in Europe. I'm pretty good. If you show me a map, I can pick out where the countries are. Probably, although we're not going to do that live on here. But yeah, as far as the time zones, it's kind of foggy to me. In Canada, there's such space when you look at the map, you know where the time zones are. I guess it makes sense in Europe. Canadian education is pretty good for where countries are. All right, so there's the link for Joomcast. Also, Joomla 3.9.9 is out tomorrow. I forgot to mention that. That was something that I saw on Twitter this morning from Phil Taylor. All right, there's a link to the Dallas-Fort Worth Joomla user group that's happening tonight. So that, if you want to check that out or sign up for it or register for it or what do you have to do, I think shortly after, probably in about an hour, I'm doing a test connection call to make sure everything goes well. I think that's everything else that I was planning on sharing and saying there. So I will get the thumbnail done very soon for that admin panel, and I got a great picture of Burgess as well. So I finally got him to send me a picture for making the thumbnail. That will all happen. All right, so back to the Facebook page here. New theme from Theme Forest. Peo themes, themesmarket.net. Just interesting. A one-page responsive WordPress theme. No, that's perhaps not. Oh, that was shared July 1st. What the heck? Oh, right, this is July, isn't it? All right. By the way, does anybody notice anything different? Have you noticed it? Oh, actually, I'm such an idiot. Anybody notice anything different? Man, no wonder you didn't notice anything different. There was nothing different. But anyways, there is something different. I thought you might notice it, but only at the very beginning was it a thing. So I think you can probably figure it out now. Oh my goodness. All right. And this is July. It must be lunchtime or something like that. All right, new themes. Interesting because they're posting themes here. Interesting that you would post a WordPress theme to the Joomla extensions group, especially since these are extensions that are this is for extensions, not for templates. See, Laura Brown's already laughing at that. More themes. Wow, a lot of themes getting posted here. Peo themes doing a lot. Well, let's just take care of that. Peo themes. Let's report. Let's the report post to group admins. There we go. Breaks group rule. There you go. Done. I'm sure they'll figure that out. New chat. Yes, thank you. I got new glasses. Valerie, thank you for thanks for tuning in today. The rogue deer is actually not that rogue. They're around. We're used to them, but I just we just try to acknowledge when they're there so we don't surprise them. Okay, well, I think anyways, what else have we got here to look at? It's been a while since we went into here. There we go. Joomfuse, simple best integration. Oh yeah, I was going to talk to that guy too. Yeah, he's possibly coming on and doing a Watch Me Work live stream. Responsive YouTube grid gallery. I think we may have looked at this before, but let's check it out. A little slow coming up. You know, I bet you the slow page load speed for basic Joomla site is because I didn't have the pages pre-generated like I usually do. Let's see the demo of this. Okay. Is there a demo? This button might not be working. There's a tutorial. All right, well, something to check out. Maybe another time. If I click buy it. Yeah, these are not working. Maybe we'll have to let him know that. Try that without the code at the end. I don't think that'll make a difference. There's the checkout button. It's doing something. Maybe we're just unlucky with the load before. Let's check to see the demo. Oh, pop-up blocked. Okay. Allow. That's why it wasn't coming up. Turn it off and then on again. Yes. Now we're just waiting here. A little slow coming up, but. Oh, and here's the responsive grid for the videos. And then it shows in a pop-up.
Hello viewers, I come with another Joomla.
Okay. Business reviews. Let's load more. So, a little boxy look to it, but certainly there is the videos that are there, and I wonder how they're loaded. Demo show. Oh, this is the whole demo page here. Okay. All right, scrolling down. Oh, this was interesting too. Screen sharing via Joomla browser. Oh, and you know what? I did click on this, and it's JChat Social Enterprise. This is from the same people that make JSiteMap Pro and actually AMP. They have a version for making AMP pages for Joomla. Google Amplified Mobile Pages. And so this looks very cool. I wanted to talk to him about this. So here's a demo. And we will go to it. Video gallery. Demo user. Watch videos. Let's check out their video here. Hopefully there's not music. Let's just show JChat social ticketing. Full screen responsive. That's not it. JChat social. Is this just a feature of JChat? First fully non-hosted video chat solution for Joomla to offer peer-to-peer HTML5 video chat in HD without the need of browser plugins Flash-based systems are intermediate servers to ensure top performance. Try it. Let's try it right here. Oh, okay, still need to log in. Click here to open and start the chat now. Okay. And it opens up right there. Public chat. And we're supposed to be able to do video somehow. These people aren't there. It might be worth something to look into. Save conversation. Emoji. No. To test peer-to-peer video chat, ensure to meet modern browser requirements. Chrome version 23. Yeah. Download it here. Watch videos and the playlist in here. Access administration and login using demo users. Demo user. Okay. Demo user. Let's see here. DEMOUSER. DEMOUSER. Frame test. JS Chat Social Enterprise. Mary says she's always wanted to play with that chat extension. I've never been able to justify buying it. If I need a client who needs this, yeah. Yeah, you need a client who needs this. I hear you. Message list. At least we're in here. Let's see. Message details. Okay. Let's go here. Let's see. Public chat. This is a test. Now let's go back in the back end and refresh. Oh, and there it is. Sender Batif. That's me. Multiple public chat users. This is a test. Says I'm coming from Germany. Now let's see. That's pretty cool. Let's join users. Show old conversation. Must be in order to log in. Oh, Batif. That's who I am. That's who I showed up as. Chat rooms. Great chat rooms. Save conversation, refresh chat. Show old conversation. I'm not sure how I end up being Batif, but I'm sure there's something in the setup there. Demo user. I left this chat. Let's try here. Oh, let's try this. Let's be demo user 4. Demo user 4. Who's that? Oh, there we go. Demo user 4. No, don't save that. I am testing again. And let's put a little emoticon in there. Go back to the end and refresh. Demo user 4. Okay, so it shows the names of the people are logged in. You must be able to set an anonymous person's name. And what can we filter by? Let's see, DMO. Okay, you can filter anything that has demo in either the sender or the target user. Okay, oh, cool. I wonder if they, this would be great if they have alerts. What do we got here? Peer-to-peer HTML5 video chat, video conference for multiple users, peer-to-peer Blackboard, Skybridge. I think that's, oh, Skype Bridge, yeah. I was going to say, I think that's Skype. Private messaging system, social login, instant language translator, operating system web notifications. Advanced help desk mode, geolocation, video chat media recorder, 10 themes, customizable color and aspect, multiple tab sync, private multi-chat rooms, form Integration, email notifications. Emails notifications, but I would want to see something to tell me that someone's on there. Support public chat, support for multiple, support for iOS, Android, and more mobile devices. Responsive full screen mode. All right, cool. Scrolling down, VP conversion tracking. You can. They have a video. Just mute the sound. Okay. Uh-oh. That opened up in the chat window that time. Let's go back. There we go. So here it is here. Mute the. I think it's probably free music that they've got going here, but let's check out this video here. Do. All right, 1 minute and 26 seconds. We can handle that. Whoops. All right, do. I'll add the music here. There's someone down there. Name, public chat, name, email, message, submit ticket. Okay. And there's someone who's submitting a ticket down below. And then typing Gmail with 2 L's and a message. I would like to know. Well, first letter K, I thought maybe it was going to be kill, but yeah, I'd like to know, blah, blah, blah. Submit ticket. Ticket successfully sent to our agents. Go on the back end. Click on Tickets Manager. That's nice. 1. And go and open. I would like to know blah, blah, blah. And then you can go in there and reply. Don't bother replying because he mistyped the email. There's 2 L's in Gmail. I saw him. Don't do it. Reply ticket. It's not going anywhere. John Smith at Gmail. It wasn't going anywhere anyways. Maybe that's why they use 2 L's. Joomla customer support plugin. Enterprise, save and close. Finish. Oh, finish the recording. All right. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Let's see what this video does. They're going to show us the video chat here. Hello, visitor here. Private chat. Someone's chatting. You type back. Hello. Da, 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 da. How many of you feel like you have way too many ways for clients to contact you or people to contact you? Hello, I would like to ask a question. Sure, you can call me. Why don't you call me? Oh, thank you. New call. Click to open up video chat. Oh, here it is. Okay. Accept call. Yep. Oh, look, there's a person. Hey, buddy, there's only one. Oh, there's someone's. It's very dark where the other person is. Very menacing. I would have hung up too. Don't take support calls from the Dark Lord of somewhere. All right. Well, that looks pretty cool. All right. Let's check this out. You can easily add analytics, e-commerce tracking, AdWords, and Facebook ads with ads pixel with just a click of button. Google Tag Manager data layer can also be enabled with the button. VP Virtual Planet. Oh, so this is conversion tracking plugin for Virtumart. Okay, cool. So if someone comes to you from Virtumart, from Google, and buys something on your Virtumart store, that can be tracked. All right, back to June 17th. I don't think we've been in here that long. What's this here? Do you know what extension allows you to gather a list of users? Uniform there. Someone advertising their web making services. World clock. Translation of this: released a bot for WhatsApp for our followers, which we put in for your use. The world is waiting for you to try our massive messages via WhatsApp. I think we looked at this. More themes. VirtualMart Advanced Stockable Custom Field. Okay. Everybody, make sure you do check out today's Joomcast podcast podcast because it's really interesting what Ramesh from J2 Store says about where e-commerce and Joomla and things are going in 5 years. All right, I think that's Pick Wally. We've seen that. So, well, all right. So who knows when I will see some of you next because. You might be watching you might tune in for the Dallas Fort Worth Joomla users group thing tonight. I might see you there. Or you might watch me work live stream at 12 a.m. on the Pacific Coast. I have a funny feeling I'm not going to see Mary there. And I'm pretty sure I won't see our Eastern Standard Time people there. But that is okay. Anyways, we will see. Oh, maybe it'll be tomorrow because remember, Joomla 3.9.9 is coming out. So back up your site so you can update right away. I'll probably be doing a live stream tomorrow, a video on updating that too. So busy, busy, busy. Everybody, thank you for your support of this channel. Thanks for hanging out again today. It was very nice to catch up with you and learn what I learned through the links that you guys have shared and ideas and questions and everything such as that. So we will just keep continuing on. Enjoy working on whatever it is you're working on today. If it's nice weather where you are, get out and enjoy that for a little bit. Watch out for the deer in your yard, though, and the escaped convicts. Other than that, I will see you when I see you. So until then, enjoy your Joomla sites, and God bless.